Hello, day 23 has arrived. Good morning, welcome to the Bible Books Challenge. I'm sure you've got a good idea of what we're doing already. If you've been with me from day one, then well done. You are doing fantastic. It feels like perhaps a little bit of a marathon, I guess, if you manage to do these each day. I'm going to get stuck straight into the pictures from yesterday. We've got two of them. Here's your first one. Remember, these are books of the New Testament that we're now trying to work out what the picture represents to get us to that book. What we've got a crying P, or if you look very carefully, it's a P with a tear. Oh, well, if you do your sounding right, this is the first letter of Peter. 1 Peter. Yes, 1 Peter. The first book of Peter. The P is also going through a painful operation with a creature called a porpoise, or you could say it's experiencing pain with a purpose. Pain with a porpoise. Sorry, I'm really sorry for some of these puns, but I hope you're seeing the funny side of it too. This particular letter written by Peter, his first letter, reminds us we often have to experience pain, but there is usually a purpose behind that pain. It's written by the disciple Simon Peter, and he tells the believers to rejoice even in their sufferings for Jesus. But make sure that the suffering is for the right reasons, not just a result of their own wrong living. So that's what 1 Peter is all about, and I hope you can spend some time in some of these letters that we've been doing over the last few days. They're not terribly long, so it's a great opportunity for you to read them maybe several times and to really get a feel for what the particular writer wants us to gain as God is trying to teach us. So that's that one. Our second one, well, our second picture is, well, there's a bull, isn't there, and he's cooking, a bull cooking. Now, what is it that the bull is cooking? Can you see he seems to be frying some N-shaped things? And as he turns them over, you could say that he's flipping them, isn't he? He's tossing them, he's flipping them. So what is he flipping it? Well, he's flipping ends. Now, to tell us of the name of this particular letter in the New Testament, it's flipping ends. If you look down the contents page, does that sound a little bit like one of the books? It's actually one of the known as the epistles, Paul's epistles, and it's Philippians. The ball is happily humming. You maybe can just make out he's happily humming away, which reminds us that this book is all about being happily humble, or rather happily humble. Now, humble is a word that tells us about not being extravagant, not being, how can we put it, boastful, but actually being understated. And Paul wrote this particular book, this letter, from prison. And he talks a lot about being content and joyful in all circumstances. I guess that's particularly appropriate for us at the moment, isn't it? I'm sure many of you, after the amount of time we've been isolating, have found things hard and challenging at times. But Paul, as he wrote this letter to the church, the Christian church at Philippi, he wanted them to understand that it was about being content and joyful in all circumstances, not just when things are going well and it's easy. And he encourages the church there to pray instead of worrying. What a challenge, even when you're not in prison, never mind when you are. But those were the letters and the words from Paul to encourage us, help us, and to teach us. And I hope that's helpful to you too. So our next two pictures. This one looks a little bit familiar, this first one. Maybe it's similar to one we've had already. And that's picture number 10 for us. And here's picture number 11. Remembering that you're saying what you see and trying to work them out. So work on those two. I will be back tomorrow and give you the explanation to both of them. This is day 23, so it is Wednesday. Maybe you want to check up on the cheadle.org.uk website. It's the midweek service that will be live streamed today as well. So maybe that's something that you would like to tune into and find. You'll find the website and then you will find it on there. All it remains for me to say is have fun, stay safe, God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow.